Alright, thank you for checking out the video. This is a trip I've been wanting to make for several years, at least two, and finally got a chance to. Got a little bit of a late start. I got launched about 3 p.m., had to drag down this hill. This is just a small creek in the upper delta, and we're going to explore it and see what we catch. We're going to push out towards the main river and see what it looks like. Because this is a creek fishing trip that involved a little bit of dragging down a hill, I decided to go light. I only took the black and blue jig with the TRD minnows, and I'm also trying out a headbanger lure, the cranky shad, just to try it and see how I like it. So if you see a hard bait, it's the cranky shad, and then everything else is that Strike King jig.
Okay. Ooh, got one. Is he still on there? No, it got off. Darn it. We had something bumping it. I don't know what it was, though. It was a fish. Ooh, he's bumping it again. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, he's got no problem bumping it. He just won't take it.
So I'm really thinking that with that cranky shad, I'm going to throw it out there, and something's going to come out from under all these logs and trees and things that are down in the water. But it doesn't quite happen. It's a little bit shallower than I would prefer. So I kind of just make a few casts in this area, then I just push on through.
Alright, classic moving water stuff.
You know, I'm looking at all this stuff in the water while I'm editing this video. I'm like, man, why didn't I cast more of that stuff? But if you were there with me on the water, you would realize just how shallow it was.
It's quite possible. Goodness.
It's always kind of fun seeing logs down like this in the water that kayaks can get under or over, because you know that the boats haven't got there yet. So you could find a really good area that's got a lot of fish in it whenever you go through places like this.
Goodness.
If you're wondering why I didn't just scoot on under that log, it's because my camera boom for the back Tacticam in the back was sticking up, and I ended up hitting it while trying to go under, and I realized I had to go back and take it down.
Okay. Let's open it back up a little bit.
The current coming around this tree right here was almost making a waterfall noise. It was kind of loud, so I pulled the volume down just a little bit for this segment.
That one's not 12, I don't think.
So no photo or anything for this little guy, but I would say he was probably 10 inches, not very big, but it was a solid first fish.
You get it pretty fast, though. I kind of wonder if there might be another one.
Alright, we're pushing out closer to the mouth of this creek. Should be getting pretty close to the river by the color of the water and how high the banks are and things, so we're just going to see what happens here. Wouldn't you just know it, a bowfin or grinnell. And normally you wouldn't want to catch these, but we've only caught one other fish so far, so he is a welcomed visitor. Finally at the river. This little tree stump up here on the left looks kind of suspect, so we're just going to slowly cast our way around it. The plan for approaching this stump up here is to just cast that jig as close as we can to the base of that stump and just knock it into any limbs that we find and hope there's a bass in there hanging out.
Okay.
This was a healthy little spotted bass,
Fish
always
right
a
there.
welcome catch. So I was tickled to death to catch this fish. Swing and a miss. So I'm fishing this tree base here really good because normally if you catch one spot, there's another spotted bass hanging around right there with them because they run in schools. That little guy swam up and took it right as I was about to pull it out of the water. He almost caught me off guard, but fortunately we still got the good hook set. So this bass looks to me like a largemouth, but I still want to check to see if he's got that tooth patch on the tongue area, and it does not. So I'm certain it was a largemouth and not a spot. So I guess they were a little bit mixed in here today. That's going to do it for this video. It's always fun to explore new places, especially when they're little backwater creeks that you know a lot of your boaters can't get to, and bank fishermen are probably not going to fish it. So it's pretty much just kayakers. Any kayakers that are brave enough to drag down a hill or drag back up a hill. And sometimes you can find some really neat places that are loaded with fish, and then some places are a bust. I would say this place was not a bust, but it doesn't seem to be loaded with fish. But I still had a good time, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.